Ever wondered what kind of military protection a net worth of $50 billion can buy you? While regular armies protect nations, there exists an ultra-exclusive force that answers only to the wealthiest individuals on Earth. A private military so advanced, so lethal, and so secretive that most intelligence agencies deny its existence entirely. Welcome to the shadow world of the Phantom Corps, the deadliest army on the planet, accessible only to those with 11-figure bank accounts. Their operatives make Navy SEALs look like amateur weekend warriors. Their technology, decades ahead of what even the Pentagon has access to. Today, we're peeling back the layers of secrecy surrounding this billionaire exclusive fighting force. From their brutal selection process that makes Hell Week look like kindergarten to operations so classified that governments pretend they never happened. If this kind of content fascinates you, hit that subscribe button right now and activate notifications. Here at Billionaire Exclusives, we present you your portal into the world's most guarded military secrets. Origins and exclusivity. The year was 2008. Global markets collapsing, governments struggling, and a group of 12 billionaires meeting secretly in a heavily guarded compound just outside Dubai. Their concern wasn't the financial crisis, but something far more personal, their own vulnerability. When you've amassed wealth equivalent to small nations, standard security teams won't cut it. Not when rival governments, terrorist organizations, and criminal syndicates all view you as a prime target. That meeting in Dubai marked the birth of what insiders now call the Phantom Corps. Unlike traditional private military companies that operate in legal gray zones, the Phantom Corps exists completely off-grid. No corporate registrations, no public contracts, no paper trail. Nothing that would suggest its existence beyond whispers among the ultra-wealthy elite. The Billionaire Club has tiers even within itself, explains a former intelligence officer who requested anonymity. At the highest level, they don't just share investment tips, they share access to protection capabilities that make national special forces look primitive by comparison. Membership requires more than just money. The entry fee reportedly starts at $50 million annually, but that merely gets your application considered. Potential clients undergo extensive background checks administered by former intelligence directors. Candidates need unanimous approval from the founding members, making the acceptance rate lower than getting struck by lightning while winning the lottery. The Phantom Corps' founding principle is simple: absolute loyalty to paying clients and zero accountability to any government. Their operatives don't just protect, they can project power anywhere on the globe within 4 hours. What separates them from regular private security? For starters, their equipment. While elite military units might celebrate getting next-generation night vision, Phantom operatives field test technology that won't reach special forces for decades, if ever. Their arsenal reportedly includes drone swarms controlled by AI, sonic weapons that can incapacitate without being heard or seen, and rumored exoskeleton suits that multiply human strength and speed. One source claimed they possess satellite systems capable of tracking any individual globally through proprietary facial recognition. Most telling? The sudden disappearance of certain threats against billionaire interests. In 2017, 3 different hacker collectives targeting cryptocurrency exchanges connected to core clients simply vanished. Not arrested, vanished. All electronic records, social media accounts, and even their physical headquarters emptied overnight. The most startling aspect remains their legal immunity. Operating outside international law, they've created what military experts call a sovereignty bubble around their clients, a portable zone where only the client's rules apply. Selection and training. If you think Navy SEALs Hell Week is tough, the Phantom Corps selection process would make the toughest SEAL instructor beg for mercy. Their recruitment begins not with public applications, but with silent observation. Candidates never apply. They're identified and assessed without their knowledge. Potential recruits come from 3 primary sources: elite military units like Delta Force or SAS, intelligence agencies like Mossad or CIA, and specialized fields like cybersecurity or advanced weapons development. What's shocking isn't who they recruit, but how many fail their standards. They watch candidates for months, sometimes years, reveals a former military contractor familiar with the Corps. They test them with false operations, fabricated threats, and ethical dilemmas without the candidate ever knowing they're being evaluated. The actual selection process starts with what insiders call the vanishing. Candidates are extracted from their normal lives without warning. Former candidates describe waking up in isolation chambers in unknown locations, completely cut off from the outside world. What follows is a 30-day psychological and physical gauntlet designed not just to test limits, but to completely obliterate them. The drop rate? A staggering 98.7%. For perspective, Navy SEAL training, considered among the hardest military programs, has a failure rate of roughly 80%. Training exercises reportedly include the freezer. Candidates submerged in ice water for increasing durations until they can maintain complex cognitive functions after 15 minutes of immersion. The empty chamber. 5 days without food, water, light, or sound in a temperature-fluctuating isolation pod. The reversal. Candidates are psychologically broken down, then rebuilt with completely new identities and must maintain these fabricated personas under extreme duress. The betrayal. Candidates form bonds with fellow recruits, then are forced to choose between mission success and saving their teammates in no-win scenarios. Those who survive physical training face even more demanding mental conditioning. Each operative undergoes neural resilience programming, an advanced form of cognitive training developed by neuroscientists, formerly with DARPA. This enables them to compartmentalize emotions, resist interrogation techniques, and maintain peak performance under conditions that would break ordinary humans. They don't want soldiers or guards, explains a cognitive psychology expert who consulted for several elite military units. They create something beyond, individuals who can switch between diplomat, assassin, bodyguard, and strategist without hesitation. The final phase involves technological integration. Operatives receive classified medical procedures that enhance physical capabilities. While details remain murky, former intelligence officers confirm these include experimental treatments rarely available even to top-tier military units. The result? Individuals who can operate continuously for 72 hours without performance degradation, process information twice as fast as elite soldiers, and make life-or-death decisions with computer-like precision. What emerges from this process isn't just a security operative, it's something approaching a human weapon system. Operations and technology. The missions undertaken by Phantom Corps extend far beyond traditional bodyguard duties. Their operations fall into 3 classified categories: Shield, Spear, and Shadow. Shield operations focus on client protection using multi-layered security systems that make presidential protection look amateur. When a tech billionaire client traveled to a destabilized region in 2019, Corps operatives secured the area 3 weeks in advance. They deployed microsensors throughout a 5-mile radius, established evacuation routes accessible only by proprietary transport systems, and maintained an invisible perimeter of counter-snipers and electronic warfare specialists. Their protection methodology completely rewrites conventional security, explains a former high-level security consultant. While conventional forces focus on reacting to threats, Phantom Corps eliminates potential dangers before they materialize. Spear operations are proactive missions targeting entities deemed hostile to client interests. These include dismantling competitor operations, neutralizing specific threats, and occasionally reshaping regional politics to favor client investments. Unlike government military operations with oversight and rules of engagement, these missions operate with zero constraints. Most alarming are shadow operations, long-term strategic manipulations designed to alter global markets, influence legislation, or neutralize future competitors. A 2020 operation allegedly crashed a developing nation's currency just as a core client was positioning to acquire resource rights. The technology powering these operations makes military-grade equipment look primitive. Their command centers operate with quantum computing capabilities, running predictive algorithms that forecast threats before they emerge. Field operatives utilize neural links, direct brain-computer interfaces that provide real-time tactical information without distracting displays or devices. Their communications system, dubbed Ghost Network, operates on frequencies undetectable by conventional scanning equipment. This allows operatives to maintain contact in environments specifically designed to block transmissions. Perhaps most impressive is their drone technology. While military forces celebrate the latest Predator upgrades, Phantom Corps deploys micro-sized autonomous drones smaller than hummingbirds, capable of targeted chemical delivery, surveillance, or even elimination. One system reportedly consists of thousands of insect-sized drones that work collectively, creating a living surveillance network across entire cities. Their transport capabilities reflect similar advancement. In 2021, when a core client needed extraction from a coastal region amid growing unrest, conventional wisdom suggested helicopter evacuation. Instead, witnesses reported seeing what appeared to be a submersible vessel emerge briefly offshore before disappearing with unprecedented speed, a rumored hybrid craft combining elements of submarines and aircraft. The Corps maintains absolute secrecy through multiple methods. They operate exclusively through closed systems, technology developed internally with no connection to commercial supply chains. Their operational security includes a zero-footprint mandate. All evidence of presence must be eliminated, including DNA traces. Most effectively, they employ strategic disinformation, creating false operations that get discovered to distract from actual missions. When Russian media reported a Phantom Corps operation in Moldova in 2018, it was actually cover for their real mission in Kazakhstan. Former intelligence analysts note that the most remarkable aspect isn't just their technological superiority, but how they've managed to keep such advances hidden from even top-tier military powers. This suggests backing by resources exceeding those of many nations, exactly what a collective of the world's wealthiest individuals could provide. Notable cases and personal cost. While most Phantom Corps operations remain classified, several incidents have leaked into intelligence circles, showcasing their devastating effectiveness. In 2015, a European technology magnate found himself targeted by sophisticated ransomware that threatened to expose personal data. Within 48 hours of contacting his core liaison, the attack ceased. 3 weeks later, the cyber-criminal group responsible, previously considered untouchable, was found dismantled. Their servers weren't just destroyed, they were reprogrammed to attack their own backup systems. Digital forensics experts called it technological annihilation beyond state-level capabilities. When an energy billionaire's child faced kidnapping threats in South America, the Corps deployed what they call preemptive extraction. Before potential kidnappers could act, they found themselves under surveillance by imperceptible drones. The operation concluded with 6 criminal cells neutralized across 3 countries simultaneously, without a single gunshot reported to authorities. Most revealing was a 2019 incident in Southeast Asia. When maritime pirates seized a super yacht belonging to a core client, negotiations seemed the only option. Instead, all communication with the vessel ceased for 73 minutes. When contact resumed, the client and crew were safely back in control. The pirates? Officials found them in lifeboats, each missing specific memories of the incident, suggesting deployment of classified neurological weapons. These capabilities come at a psychological price for operatives. Former members describe a constant state of heightened awareness that erodes normal human connection. You're reprogrammed to view everyone as a potential threat, explains one former operative. Family becomes a security vulnerability. Friendship becomes an exploitable weakness. The mental conditioning required to perform at such levels fundamentally alters personality. Core members undergo regular psychological recalibrations, sessions that reinforce loyalty while suppressing emotions that might compromise effectiveness. This creates individuals described as perfectly regulated machines with human appearances. What keeps operatives loyal isn't just the unprecedented compensation package, rumored to start at $2 million monthly plus performance bonuses. It's the exclusive benefits. Access to medical technologies unavailable to the public, compounds in locations unmarked on any map, and legal immunity guaranteed by the collective power of the world's wealthiest individuals. The consequences of betrayal are absolute. In 2017, an operative attempted to sell information about core operations to a foreign intelligence service. Within 72 hours, the operative's entire digital existence vanished. Bank accounts, identification records, even childhood photos from family members' social media. The operative himself was never found. The Corps maintains internal control through implanted monitoring systems, technology that tracks not just location, but physiological indicators of loyalty. These systems reportedly cannot be removed without triggering fatal neurological damage. For clients, membership offers near-godlike power projection. When a mining billionaire faced regulatory obstacles in West Africa, his core team didn't just lobby officials, they completely replaced the decision-making structure. Witnesses reported seeing government officials abruptly reverse positions after private meetings, displaying subtle behavioral changes consistent with advanced psychological manipulation techniques. This level of influence extends beyond conventional military capability into what experts describe as reality engineering, the ability to reshape circumstances to align with client interests, regardless of legal, ethical, or geopolitical constraints. Future implications. Intelligence analysts predict the Phantom Core represents just the beginning of a profound shift in global power dynamics. As state militaries struggle with budget constraints and political oversight, billionaire-funded forces continue advancing without limitation. The technology gap between national armies and these elite private forces widens each year. While the US military celebrates implementing AI battlefield systems by 2030, core operatives already field test fifth-generation autonomous combat frameworks. This acceleration shows no signs of slowing. More concerning is the emergence of competing billionaire armies. In 2022, 3 separate ultra-wealthy collectives reportedly established similar forces, creating the potential for proxy wars fought not between nations but between individual billionaires pursuing conflicting interests. "We're witnessing the privatization of warfare," warns a geopolitical strategist who advises several governments. When military capability becomes a luxury good purchasable by individuals, the entire international security framework collapses. This evolving reality has forced adaptation from traditional powers. The Pentagon reportedly established a specialized counter-unit trained specifically to track and neutralize Phantom Core-level threats. Russian and Chinese military doctrines now include protocols for encounters with sovereign individual forces, a tacit acknowledgement of these billionaire armies. Legal frameworks remain hopelessly outdated. International law never anticipated private citizens commanding military capabilities exceeding those of medium-sized nations. The Geneva Convention applies to state actors, leaving private forces in a regulation void. What truly distinguishes the Phantom Corps from predecessors like Blackwater or Wagner Group isn't just their technological superiority or exclusive clientele, it's their complete immunity from consequences. When operating with the combined legal, financial, and technological resources of multiple billionaires, conventional accountability mechanisms simply disintegrate. For ordinary citizens, the implications are profound. We now live in a world where invisible forces controlled by the ultra-wealthy can reshape reality without detection. The democratic principle that violence should be monopolized by accountable states has quietly eroded. Core members themselves face an existential paradox. Their capabilities and conditioning place them among the most powerful individuals alive, yet they remain ultimately tools of billionaire will, living weapons with unprecedented abilities but no true autonomy. As wealth concentration accelerates globally, access to core-level protection becomes the ultimate status symbol among the elite. The waiting list reportedly grows despite the astronomical costs, creating a new apex of privilege, those who can literally rewrite the rules of physical reality through deployable force. The most concerning development? Their evolving capacity to operate not just beyond legal boundaries but beyond perception itself. Recent operations show zero detection footprint. Events occur, outcomes change, yet no evidence remains of intervention. For those watching closely, the signs become visible. Sudden, inexplicable shifts in global markets, abrupt changes in government policy without clear motivation, threats that mysteriously neutralize themselves. While the average person will never encounter the phantom core directly, their existence fundamentally alters the world we inhabit. In the shadows beyond public awareness, a new form of power has emerged, one bound not by borders or laws, but solely by the will of those wealthy enough to command it. The question isn't whether such forces exist, but rather, in a world where military power can be privately purchased, what remains of the social contract that has governed civilization for centuries? Now, that's just the surface of what we've uncovered about the world's most exclusive military force. Want more intelligence on how billionaires protect their fortunes and project power globally? Hit subscribe on Billionaire Exclusives right now. And also drop a comment below with which billionaire's security force you think reigns supreme. And activate that notification bell. When we release classified intel on their advanced weapons systems next week, you'll want to be first to know. Join the Billionaire Exclusives community now. Some secrets are too valuable to miss.